Well, hello, hopefully we're all working. Fingers crossed. I'm on. Well, hey. Happy birthday, Margaret. 75, well done you. Your order left for you today, so you should be getting that in the next couple of days. We finally got in our fabulous mystical bouquet, which we'll be using this evening. Hi, Jules. So that tells me that we are on YouTube, but nobody's mentioning anything about Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, please just say hello. Ah, there we go. Martin telling me it's all good. So Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you've all had a fabulous Christmas break. Got all the goodies out of the way. We're still managing to work our way through those goodies. We were supposed to start the diet on Monday, of course, was it Monday? Yeah, like everybody else. No, we were going to do it on the 2nd, but then we said, we'll do Monday. And now we've still got too much food left. So once that's all gone, then we'll get cracking. But this new lighting is not doing my eyes any favours. Look at the suitcase I've got under here at the minute. So we'll just hang on till about 7. Hello, Tina. Everybody seems to be joining me on YouTube tonight, which is lovely. Facebook's being its wonderful thing again. We will just wait for everybody to join us. Give it a couple of minutes to get everybody going. And then we can get started. So, did everybody have a nice Christmas? Nobody's mentioning Christmas or New Year on here. It's like it's all been forgotten already. Was Father Christmas good to you? I know I sent quite a lot of goodies out to people for people that usually show up on our Facebook. So I know some of you got some nice goodies. But what did everybody get? Lovely to know. It's all a little bit slow. My hands are really cold tonight. That's why I keep ringing them, trying to warm them up before we have to put my heat gun on to do it in a minute. I've got a bit of a wobble on my overhead camera, so I'm hoping that's not going to carry on. Happy New Year, Deborah. Facebook good, thank you, Martin. Hi, Tina. Right, so as I say, I hope everybody's had Happy New Year to you, Tina, as well. Had a good break. We are now up and running again. Crazy busy. Believe it or not, we've been so busy. I even worked on, only briefly, but I did work on Christmas Day. Hi, Linda. Oh, that's not good, Linda. I hope you're okay. Hi, Liz. Hi, Dawn. I didn't even get Christmas Day off completely. But hey-ho, that's life. Hi, Carol. Hope you're all right. So I think if Sophia's with you, hello, Sophia. I hope Father Christmas was good to you and Happy New Year to all of you. Hi, Brenda. Right, I'm going to keep going and just keep saying hello to everybody without flipping over to what I need to. So we're going to flip here. We're going to take this one off because it's blocking up the screen. Look me. Got a new desk. Well, a new cover on my desk. Hopefully it looks better on here. You'll have to let me know. We've got new lighting as well. So let me know how the lighting is. We have different options, which I might spin around on and see which ones you prefer while we're doing this. Because there's 3 different choices for our lighting on my one above me now. We shall see. Anyway, let's get started. So, as you know, back in December, which wasn't that long ago, believe it or not, we launched 5 new stamps, 4 new stencils. They have been bonkers. Evening, Amanda. So we will get started. Hi, Sue. So we have got Mystical Bouquet, which is, okay, so I'm going to ask the question right away because I think this light is bouncing a little bit. Right, so this is one option that we have for our lighting. This is the other option we have for our lighting. And this is another, don't think it's that one, do you? That's another option. So 1, 2 or 3, let me know. We'll stick with the one we had when we started. Let me know which one you think is better. That might be the better bit, just to show you what we're doing. But we'll go with it how it was. Welcome, Kathy. First Honeydew Live, colouring in one of your stamps. Oh, lovely. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Kathy. Remember you posted that you were late to the party. Well, hopefully you're enjoying it now you've got here. So let's start again. So we've got Mystical Bouquet, which is with the 1 large stamp. Number 1, yep. So we'll stick with 1. not 3. Definitely, I agree with you on that one, Tina. Then we have Forever Flowers, which is what we did on our last Facebook Live. So if you want to ever go back and watch any of these, yeah, everyone's opting for number 1. So that's the one we'll go with. If you want to go back and watch any of our lives, they're available on our website, which is www.honeydewcrafts.co.uk, or if you're overseas, we also do a .com. It takes you to the same place. And Kirsty says 3. So the majority of you are saying 1, so we'll stick with 1 and see how we go. Then we have Floral Circles, which is the one larger stamp, and then these 5 little sentiments that fit in here. It says, with love, just because, just for you, you are in our thoughts, and thank you. This is a really nice little one if you've got kids or whatever that want, hi Kirsty, that want, that you want to send thank yous for Christmas presents and things. This is a really nice one for them to do. Then we went on to our larger sets of stamps. So we have Never Ending Foliage. So you've got Thinking of You, Happy Birthday Wishes, Wishing You a Day Wrapped in Happiness, and Just Wanted to Say Hello on this lovely big wreathy type thing. It's Margaret's birthday today, everybody, if you missed it. She's 75 today. And I can tell you that because she posted on here. And then we have our Vintage Wreath. And it's just for you. Thank you very much. On your special day, sending birthday wishes and happy birthday to you. They all fit in this middle section. Remember, with our circular stamps or any stamp that we have that has hollow sections, evening Eileen, the centerpiece is photopolymered. So when you go round and ink your stamp up, ink around the edge of it rather than straight across the top. It is slightly lower in the middle, but there is a chance that you can pick up some ink on there. So ink around the edge if you can, and just if you're concerned that you may have caught that middle bit, just give it a little bit of a wipe and hopefully it will dry. The new light's reflecting off the plastic. It is a little bit, Carol, I know, that's why I tried the different options, but we'll see what we can do. This is the first try, so we've eked out the technology, now we'll eke out this bit. And then the new stencils, we have got our quilted stencil first, which again you saw me use on our last one. Tell you what, why don't I, just for a moment, just to see if we turn it down so it's not so bright. Is that a bit better? Or is it still bouncing? Let me think. It does seem a little bit better. We were trying to brighten the room up a bit because it's quite a dark room for us. So, quilted stencil. My birthday, Jules, is the 20th. Believe it or not, it's a big birthday this year, Jules. I love my birthday. It's on probably one of the worst days of the year to have it. It's on Easter Monday. Ugh. Okay, flame stencil. This is what we're going to be using tonight. Evening, Janice. Leaf crest stencil and mask, so you get the negative and positive on this one. And then squares and rectangles. Now, let me just let you know, the squares and rectangles, to be able to do the design that I wanted to do, it had to be very slightly smaller than 7x7. So this one works out really well on a 7x7 card. If you want to mat and layer it, it is very slightly smaller. That's a bit better. I think when we're doing the show and tell part of it, Carol, I think you are right. I think not being as bright is better, but it helps. It's just trying it and error, isn't it? We'll get there eventually. So then we're using super smooth cardstock. We have it in 250 and 300 GSM, and then we have the black cardstock that comes in 270 GSM and 120 GSM. So that's all the new goodies that we released back in December. It wasn't that long ago really, was it? But the one thing I haven't sorted out yet still is where I'm going to put my goodies as I'm showing you. Because if you hadn't noticed, I changed my background. I've had a bit of a makeover in my craft room and moved things around. I'm doing a card present with a quilted stencil in pink and purple. Lovely, Kirsty. Guess what colours we're using this evening? Hi, Kathy. We haven't seen you for ages, Kathy. So then we've got crystal clear embossing powder, sticky glue that comes in the 2 sizes. We've got our Versamark Onyx Black anti-static bag. The blending brushes that come in the 2 sizes. At the moment, we have a very limited stock of the medium-sized ones. We've got slightly more stock of the larger ones, but again, still quite limited on these. So if you're after them, just warning you. Right, what next? So, and then the pens we are using. What have we got here? I'll be in the States, so we'll bring a card run up. Oh, bless you, Jules. That's very sweet of you. In America, I'm a bit envious of that bit. Maybe that's what I'll do and go off to Vegas or something for my 50th. Oh, Christmas Day. That's really bad planning, Amanda. Yes, there are new goodies. They will be out on our next Facebook Live because they'll be launched literally on the 23rd is our next Facebook Live, and then we're on TV on the 27th. So yeah, you'll see them then. Hi, Angela. So pens, Zig Clean Colour Real Brush Markers in Mid Green 46, Lilac 83, and English Lavender 803. Check you out, Amanda. I did see the big delivery. Obviously, I packed it, so I did see it. So yeah, and then our shaded Distress Oxides tonight are Shaded Lilac, Dusty Concord, and Seedless Preserve, which are very different colours for me. Hi, Ruth. Right, I think if I clear these bits away, yeah, so check out my new white table. Posh, isn't it? Right, let's put these out. So cardstock sizes tonight are really easy. 8x8 card, a piece of black matting and layering, which is 7.5 inch square, and then a white piece, which is 7.25 inch. I tried to keep it nice and easy tonight. First one back. 3 more. You have done well on your brushes, Amanda, I have to say. So just as I would normally do, and I haven't checked my glue's working, so I will just double check that before I go any further. Because I've moved everything around, I haven't quite found everything's place yet, and I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm trying to be really good and put everything back as and when I use it. So we'll see how that goes, eh? No comment, people. So I'm just going to stick my glue, use my glue to stick my black piece down and get that out of the way, if I've unblocked this enough, which I think I have. If not, it will soon unblock itself at the way I'm squeezing it. Might need to do a little bit more on that one. So it's the Mystical Bouquet we're using tonight. As I say, it's back in stock. I couldn't keep it in stock at all over Christmas and before Christmas and New Year. And I had 5 orders in over Christmas and New Year. Evening, Di. It is a bit chilly. Have you got snow up there, Di? Or across there from me? Who's got snow? We haven't. But I did read that Manchester got hit quite hard as well, haven't they, again? I do like it. I would like to see snow when I don't have to go anywhere or do anything. And knowing my luck, when we start back at the shows and the TV, that's when it will hit our area. Usually is the way it works. So we're going to use our Make-Out Station. Just going to get rid of some bits and pieces here that are causing me a problem. It's a bit chilly out there today. Martin washed something down outside earlier, and then first that was about 10 o'clock this morning, and then he came inside and I went back out for something, and where he'd washed it down on the table had already frozen over. We had a little bit of snow for one evening. I think that was my overnight one night. I was awake at 1 o'clock in the morning, looked out the window, we had some snow. By 3 o'clock when I looked out the window, it was already starting to rain, so it was gone, which is a bit bleh. Right, so I'm using this. For this particular technique, I'm using the squares on the Make-Art Station. But for this particular technique, it is easier if you've got a straight line to follow. It will make sense as we get to it. So as I say, I'm using our flame stencil today. I'm going to pop it down and I'm going to take it right to the edge, but evened out top and bottom as much as you can by eye. And then I'm going to take my trusty pieces of card. You can do this with card or you can do it with kitchen paper, but for this particular one I'm doing it with kitchen paper card because I want a real straight line and a sharp straight line, and so I want it to, and that's what I say, if you've got the lines to line things up with, it does make it a little bit easier. I think I need to maybe home us in a little bit, not too much, just enough. And then we shall do the same on the other side. Now I am going to go in, I think I will do about 2.5 inches. Yeah, roughly about 2.5 inches. The gap in between. So between this side and this side, this section here is about 2.5 inches. Hi, Carol. If I miss you when you come in, I apologise. I'm just looking down and not reading as much as it was going. Oh, I forgot about all the flooding that was going on as well. What is going on with the world? Flooding and snow here. Fires in America. It's not very nice at the minute, is it? So, as I said, I just want to keep this as crisp and as straight a line as I can. Hence, I've used cardstock and not my trusted kitchen paper. Lucky you, Carol. Did you go out and play with snow, make a snowman? Or were you tucked up inside? Right, so we are going with Seedless Preserve first, and I'm just going to take that across the middle. If you aren't great at blending, stenciling is a really good way to get used to controlling the brushes. It also means that you can hopefully avoid getting those harsh lines that go across, because this is quite a big spaced out stencil, so it will help you do that. Starting with less is more. You could always add, but you can't take it away. And so we've now got a Dusty Concord, and I'm doing Dusty Concord top and bottom. I am still kind of gripping hold of that stencil a little bit underneath the card because I want to make sure that doesn't move around. Then I'm going to go back in with that Seedless Preserve just to blend those two colours together. And then last but not least, Shaded Lilac. Sophia ran around in the snowflakes. Good for her. It is very, very cold here, Kathy, I have to say. So, and then Shaded Lilac goes across the top. Last year in Suffolk, or in Bury St Edmunds, or in our little village, we only defrosted our car twice in the whole year. And one of those we were in Newcastle for, and that was in April. So we were really lucky last year. So this is coming as a bit of a shock after all of this weather, to get so much cold weather all of a sudden. Right, so again, I'm just going to go in with Shaded Lilac on the top and bottom, and then the previous colour I just literally go over kind of where it's joined. And that's all I've had to do. Hopefully it'll look really pretty and we'll be happy with it. And well, that's what it's going to be anyway. So we're going to take all those pieces away. I always hang on to these. I've told you before, hang on to them. There's nothing wrong with them. You can use them over and over and over again. And then we're just going to lift that off. So the reason I like this one for this particular thing is it doesn't give you the harsh lines at the bottom, but you've still got that really straight, clean cut lines at the sides, which I really liked about this. I did play about a lot. I had in my head what I wanted to do, and it wasn't quite working how I wanted it to. So ideally, you would let this rest for a few minutes, but we don't have that pleasure when we're doing this. So I'm going to go over it with an anti-static bag. Then I'm going to heat it. I probably should have heated it first, just to make sure, just to help it. We're technically not really going to be stamping over this if you can help it. But if you do, you don't want the powder to stick to it unless you make a feature out of it. Tell me, ladies and gents, if anybody's there. Is the lighting better now? Or this has been like it being in an optician's? Look, I've even got a little remote control that does all of this. It's posh, you know. So we'll go up 1 notch and tell me, is that better? 1 or 2 or 3? Me, I think 2 at the minute. I've gone back to 1. So 1, 2 or 3 on this one now, ladies. I get a different view. So you think how it is now is good, Amanda? Right. I just want to say, we had a couple of ladies ask me a question today. They're struggling with these little ends. Not 3, I agree, Amanda, it's too bright. I think 3 when you get to look at me, but not 3 when we're doing the overheads. Right. So we'll try 1, and then maybe we'll try 2 a bit later. So these little notches on the end, there isn't a big gap between the 2. Okay, lots of you are coming back to 2, so we'll try with 2 for a minute and see how we go. It's easier for me on 2. So we're going to ink the stamp up so that hopefully it will show up what I'm going to try to explain to you. Now, I don't know if you've heard me say this before. When you stamp a sentiment out, I say to you, you just want the card stamp to kiss the card. You don't want to press too hard because it spreads the ink out. And you'll end up with like a line through the middle of your sentiment. And particularly if you're embossing it, it pushes the embossing powder out to the sides. Now, if I can put this under here and hopefully, don't look at how dirty my blocks are because I use them all the time. So you can see that if you press these little pieces too hard, you're going to do exactly that. You're going to push the ink down and out to the sides. It will all smudge and merge in together. I'm hoping that's not going to happen now when I do this. So, although you need to put the pressure on because you've got quite a lot of detail around here, don't press so hard top and bottom. I had a lady email me today asking me if there was any tricks to it. So, I'm giving you my tricks. Now, I'm stamping this and you'll see in a moment, hopefully as straight as I can get it. Oh, well, it's down. It's where it's going to be. So, I press hard here, but I'm just going to lightly press around where the dots are. A new Carlin, that you've had a fall and you're housebound and now you're going to get yourself a nice new car. Lovely. What are you getting? I love cars. I'm a right car girl, mate. So pressing them all, but not pressing too hard on this top and bottom. Hopefully that will, yeah, there we go. In fact, it's a perfect example because one of them I pressed too hard and one didn't. I'm just going to get the embossing powder on it and then maybe we'll show you that afterwards. So we'll pop the embossing powder on there. I spoke to Dawn earlier. I don't know if she's here. If Dawn's on here, but I spoke to Dawn yesterday and I said I was prepping for Facebook Live and she said there's no pressure but I'll be watching. So hopefully, Dawn, you liked what I've come up with because she's just bought this stamp. So we're going to tap the excess off. Remember, don't press too hard. Now that I've got the embossing powder on there, I'm not in such a hurry and I'll see whether it works before I heat it up or afterwards. Just get this out of the way so I don't tip it everywhere. As you all know, I'm quite good at doing that. So let's go in and show you this. So you can see at the top here, it's not really showing particularly well. You've still got the gaps. That one's quite a good one to show you. You've still got the gaps between the dots. If I take you down to the bottom, this one has merged into itself a little bit. That's because I pressed a little bit too hard on those, or I've got a little bit too much ink on there. So that's all I can suggest you do. It isn't going to cause you too many problems. I've just noticed that I've still got fluff on there somewhere on one of the leaves, but hey ho, this will work. So we're going to heat from underneath. I'm glad you're liking it, Dawn. I've tried to do clean and simple. You can use this for any occasion, whatever sentiment you want to put on there. Now obviously we've got a little bit of a kink in there. While it's still warm, I'll give it a wiggle and hopefully we'll flatten that out a little bit. I have got one I did earlier, just in case. Now I did forget to mention, if you do it so that you stamp over your image, your stenciled image, like here, then I would personally stamp another bit out and cut it out so that we can paper piece over the top of that, which is what I have done, if that makes sense. So I've cut out, we're going to be colouring these in, and then I've cut out that particular leaf and just that one piece, Amanda, that you would be able to cover that over, because otherwise your colouring will stand out really obvious that that's what you've done. So have yourself some scraps. That's all I did, it just stamped out that little section that got caught. The design of this means that it probably will get caught. So now this isn't watercolour cardstock, this is just regular cardstock because I'm not blending the colours. But I do need to double check which colours go where. So this is English lavender, and I'm going to colour in this whole flower down here, the bigger flower. You'll notice I do it in circular motions, but try and avoid, if you're using normal cardstock, not watercolour cardstock, try and avoid going over those colours a second time unless you're planning on going over the whole thing a second time. It's better if you can avoid it, only because you end up with getting lines, or sections where you have gone over a second time will be darker. As I said, I'm just going to do that one piece to show you. See where I went in there, and you can now see that that one piece is much darker. That's all you're trying to avoid. So now that I've done that, I'm going to do more because that'll drive me insane. And you can see I'm not being particularly precious. And also, by going over it a second time, you do start to play with the structure of the card. And you could end up giving yourself, it could rip the card. So then we are going in with Lilac, which is 083, to do this other lovely beauty up here. I chose these colours because I put a card on Facebook the other day, and they're not colours I use very often, as you all well know. But everybody commented how much they really liked that card, so away we went with it. Remember to blot those. Amanda, it's just one little leaf fussy cutting. You'll be pleased to know that the next release won't have any fussy cutting. It might even cut it for you. Right, we're going to colour the rest of the leaves in first. This is how quick this card is to make. Literally all I've done ahead of time is cut it out for you. I'm probably not going to use this one to stick down, and the only reason I'm not going to do that is because I would like it to sort of sit for 15-20 minutes to see if it levels itself out a little bit. You don't get that embossing quiver in it. Kink, there it's there at the moment. But it will go if you've got time to let it sit. Did they, Amanda? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Right, we are almost done. A nice, quick, easy card. The work's been done with the stamp, really. I love playing with these new stencils. I had to pull myself away from the quilted one because I was going to use that again today, and I thought, oh no, we did that last time, can't do it again. Right, I am going to colour this leaf in so that you can see what I mean by interfering with your colours. If you've used paler colours, you won't have that problem. But can you see that you can still make out where the colour changes is? Ooh. You can see the colour coming through underneath, which is what I didn't want to happen. So just by sticking that one leaf down on here, in fact, yeah, You could even, if you wanted to, put a bit of dimension on this leaf so it had a bit of movement to it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go straight down in and straight on top of it. Without smudging it would have been better, but I didn't, so we'll take that. But at practice, obviously. I've lost the lid for my glue. My new lighter table is hiding everything. Can't. Carol's ears pricked up on that one too, obviously. So all you need now to do is pop a sentiment in, and I was going to use the thank you from here, and you will end up with something along these lines. Having done that, I'm going to whip that leaf off there because I want to put it onto this one, because I'm going to use this one because it's already levelled itself out from being embossed yesterday. So bear with me, ladies and gents, if anybody's watching. So see, I did exactly the same thing. There's hardly any difference on those whatsoever. I'm going to pop that to one side because I'll probably redo that leaf, and then I've got a second card ready to go. So just pop the thank you on there. We are going to take our card base, glue that down, and pop that on there. So we've just got 1/4 of an inch all the way around. If you do practice your stenciling and you're not happy with the outcome of what you've done, never throw it away. Keep it all for die cutting. Great for die cutting flowers, any flourishes and things. Be brilliant. So don't ever throw any of your test pieces away. So that is tonight's card. I'm just going to, as I always do, pop something in the middle. I haven't cleaned my stencil off yet, so I'm just going to use the bit that's in the middle there, not adding any extra ink to that stencil whatsoever, or sorry, to that brush whatsoever, and just taking the ink off what's already there. And that just puts a little bit in the corner there. Pop your sentiment in the middle, and that is your card done. It wouldn't stop me going for a new car either, Linda. Hopefully it's a lovely little runaround that you're getting yourself. So that's the card. How easy and simple is that to make? Right, so you're going to get to see me again now. Lucky you. Right, so fiddling about. Oh, now I look a bit closer, but I haven't moved that one. That's not good, is it? You don't want to see too much of me. Right, so I'm going to up me for the lighting again, hopefully. All this posh. Oh, grief, I'm worn out. All these buttons I have to press. You know what I'm like with technology. So yes, so we have got much brighter lights. Fingers crossed we'll get those levelled out and how everybody wants them to be. So we have used today the Mystical Bouquet and the flourishes. Quickly going to cover these back over so that I don't stick something in it that I don't want to. Dawn, let me know, did I meet your expectations for this evening? It's a quick demo as well, wasn't it? And I coloured it all in from start to finish. I'll try and work on it for next time. I'm going to pop you back round to here for a moment. We're going to pull it back out if I can. Wrong way. And we will grab what we've used again so that you can see what we had going on. So again, tonight we have used the Mystical Bouquet. That's doing it again. We're going to go down a notch. Up one more, down one more. Going down while we do this bit. So we've got Mystical Bouquet, which is one large stamp. I don't know what I'm going to... Sorry, peoples, I know this isn't ideal, but I'm just trying to get this right for this bit. Might take us a little bit of practice. Then we have Forever Flowers, which we haven't used, but it's the last release. Floral Circles, we used the Thank You from this one. And then obviously we had the Vintage Wreath and the Never Ending Foliage that we've just released. The other new stencils are the Squares and Rectangle stencil. The Leaf Crest and Stencil Mask. Flame stencil that we used tonight. And the Quilted stencil that we used on the last one. We've used the black cardstock and our white super smooth cardstock for the colouring. We used the, bear with me, the sticky glue. Oh, we've left one behind. We used the sticky glue that we have in the two sizes. So we have large, which is 120ml and 30ml, anti-static bag and VersaFine Onyx Black. And then we used crystal clear embossing powder, as well as our fab blending brushes. If you haven't got them yet, get one and try it. It is such a game changer. The colours we have used tonight, I'm trying not to get all the colours on my new tabletop. I don't want to ruin it. So we've used Shaded Lilac, Dusty Concord, Seedless Preserve, and the pen colours we've used are Lilac 083, English Lavender 803, and Mid Green 046. And as I say, this is our fab card that we've made. Thank you, Linda. They're colours I don't often use, aren't they? And Carol, thank you. The Vintage Wreath is lovely. I have had so much fun playing with that one. That it's for all occasions, whatever colour you do with it. And I love it done in the gold. If you haven't tried it in gold embossing powder yet, Carol, do it. Gold embossing powder. I love it. Right, so as I say, back to me now. You get to see my ugly... Now I look like I'm in the dungeons, don't I? Oh. We have got to get this sussed. That might be a bit better. Not quite so bright. You think it needs to be really bright, but it reacts with the cameras a bit, doesn't it? So we will work on it. I'll have to do a few YouTube channels, I think, and see whether I can find the perfect setting for your studio lighting. So what do you think? Oh, God, a haircut required desperately, people. So what do you think to the new layout of my craft room? It has a bit of a move around, and yeah, hopefully you all like it. And once we get this lighting sorted, we will be there. So what have I got to tell you about? What have I got to tell you about? So we are back on TV. I had somebody asking me the other day when we're back on TV. It is the 27th of... Thanks, Liz. The 27th of January, we're back with new release. So we will be back here on Facebook and YouTube Live on the 23rd of February. The 23rd of February, that's a bit late, isn't it? 23rd of January, where we will show you the new releases. And hopefully everybody will love what's coming. So that will be, we'll do the new releases. Hopefully we'll have the design team samples in as well, so we can show you those as well. So fingers crossed everybody will be able to join us for that. So as I say, TV on the 27th at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Carol. I think I'm going to put some paper flowers on my hearts, because I think that would add a little bit of colour to them. We've all got those hearts. I love them. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do hopefully for the next one. Stamped out the packaging. That might work, Carol. We will see what we can do. We're going to have a bit of a play around. Tonight was the first time to be able to see how it reacts with the cameras properly, and because it's a different view when we try it as a studio as to when we're showing it live on camera. So fingers crossed. It is just a little bit of playing around, and I'm glad you all like the new layout. So that's me done, I think, this evening. I'm going to do as I'm told and put my new little sign back up. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we will see you all back here on the 23rd of January for our next Facebook Live, and then TV on the 27th. Have a lovely evening and we will see you all again soon.